right, hockey fans, it is just about that time. Teams have pucks to clean up, rallying around their goaltender, giving some love, because that's what hockey's all about. It's the most loving sport on the planet. I forget to turn this microphone on. No, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, hockey fans of all ages and all genders, welcome to the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the Immaculate Heart Central Cavaliers. In tonight's game, we have the visiting team in the black sweaters, the Thousand Island Islanders, versus your home team in the white sweaters, the IHC Cavaliers. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that this is a zero tolerance facility and this is a zero tolerance game. No abuse of any officials, spectators, or athletes will be tolerated. Please let the officials officiate, the players play, and the coaches coach. Everybody else must buy 50-50 raffle tickets available out in the lobby. At this time, I would like to find, where is Christy Trimper? Somebody point out Christy to me. There she is. Everybody, today is Christy's birthday. And that's the real reason why we're starting to play high school hockey today. It's all for Christy. And now, our starting lineups. You know what? Nobody told them to me. I forgot to get them. I just realized that. Thousand Island Islanders. We have on defense number 19, Cooper Sola. On defense, number 14, Carter Finney. On offense, number 3, Liam Lingenfelter. On offense, number 81, Mikey Ortiz. On offense, number 91, Grady Simonow. And in goal, number 1, Asa Reed. And now for your IHC Cavaliers, starting off on defense, number 6, Noah Thompson. On defense, number 10, Brady Van Brooklyn. On offense, number 7, Aiden Trimper. We just said happy birthday to his mommy. And on offense, number 16, Dominic Wisner. On offense, number 22, Carter Feathers. And between the pipes protecting the net, number 1, Roarin Young. The Thousand Island Islanders are coached by head coach Scott Chase, and IHC is coached by head coach Chris Nethers. At this time, I would like to ask everyone who is able to please rise as we all stand together, united as one free country. Please remove your headgear, place your hand over your heart, Any active duty veteran or retired servicemen or servicewomen may salute as desired. And we have the privilege of having a second year JCC student studying natural sciences, Awumbumche Mbanafan, to sing our national anthem. Thank you, Awumbumche. Now, if you're ready, I need some hot candy. You're really young, but it's great. Oh, but I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, goodness to ya. I think he's gonna go stuff, dude. Bye bye. All right. So I'm not sure if you could hear Awumbumche, but she does a spectacular job. I love her rendition of our national anthem. Studying natural sciences, nursing at Jefferson Community College, right next door to us here. All right, lining up for the face-off. We've got Carter Nethers for IHC and for TI. That was I didn't see. I missed it. Anyway, IHC dumps that puck in, goes around onto the far side, held in by Wisner. Played up by Aiden Trimper on the far side. Misses that puck. Holding the blue line. Noah Thompson sends that puck in deep. Grady Simenow picks that puck up, tries to clear it out, held in or returned back in by Brady Van Brocklin. Islanders send that puck out, picked up by IHC at their offensive door. Grab by Will Frank. He dumps that puck in, goes all the way around to the far side, gets stuck in the faceoff circle, and that gets cleared the length of the ice by TI, and that's going to be an icing, and we'll have a faceoff next to Asa Reed. So just about a minute expired so far in this game. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully you subscribe. Please subscribe. All the cool kids are doing it. And if you subscribe, you can participate in the chat. TI won that faceoff, trying to get it out. Puck comes back. Ty Peters brings this back into his trapezoid, chased down by Rose Paxton. Puck goes back the other way, held at the point by Aaron Hagelin. Now curling around, Paxton with this puck. Short pass over to Sam Miller. Miller, this shot gets deflected into the corner. Paxton over there to play on it, puts this back behind the net in the trapezoid. Cooper Esposito not able to hold on to that. T.I. comes out with that puck and turned it over in the neutral zone, redirected back in by Will Frank and the Cavaliers. Here come the Islanders back out, pass behind two forwards, neither one of them able to catch it, and Brady Van Brocklin's going to take advantage of that. Van Brocklin passes that puck over to Thompson. Thompson feeds this forward to Nate Juarez. A little misplay of the puck recovered by Van Brocklin. Passed it up to Maverick Lloyd. He sent this across the zone. And oh, that gets knocked out. Grady Swenson punches this puck forward into the IHC and takes that shot. Save me. It gets dislodged off of Roaring Young. Picking that puck up, though, is Noah Thompson. Feeds this forward, gets brought into the O-zone by Nate Juarez. Back in the trapezoid, Nate just misses that. Has to come back to the corner to try to battle over. Fired at the goal by Maverick Lloyd, and that's going to get held onto by Asa Reed. And we'll have a face-off in the TI zone. 14:38 to go in this opening period. Still scoreless, 0-0. Gwen, I have missed you so much. Hello. There's a face-off. Nethers back out there, feeds his puck over to Wisner. Wisner back to Nethers. Nethers thought about taking a shot on the short side of Asa and opted to go back behind the net instead. Now Wisner with this puck in the corner, battling for it. Carter going over to try to help out. Puck is coming up along the boards, and it makes its way past Will Frank. So far past. Oh, no icing. Interesting. Will trying to get this out. Aiden Trimper trying to help out. Will Frank pops that up and out. Goes down the length of the ice, retreating back to pick it up. Cooper Solar sends this out into the neutral zone. IHC recovers. Aiden Trimper almost lost that puck for a moment. Recovered, brings us into the O-zone. Dances into the slot, fans on the first swing. Second one doesn't do much better. Mikey Ortiz picks that puck up, does a bank pass off the boards, goes right to Brady Van Brocklin. He returns it, goes to Mikey Ortiz. Ortiz is going to skate this to the other side of the ice, dumps that puck in as he got dumped at the blue line. Puck goes back behind the net. Brady Van Brocklin, a hard time handling that puck along the boards, able to get it out though, passes it across to Noah Thompson. Thompson releases that puck just before he got checked. Van Brocklin with the puck again. Lifts this one up high, drops down in the neutral zone, and that is a nice check by Wisner right there in open ice. Ethan Curtis looked more concerned about losing the puck than he did keeping the puck, and that's why he lost it. There's a shot on net by the Wiz. Rebound goes into the corner, and Dominic is just going to barely make it off the ice. He's exhausted. A little extra long of a shift for the Wiz. That's what happens when you don't lose the puck. Ty Peters for TI off the boards, and this is not going to have enough to go all the way down. Van Brocklin back to pick it up. Passes this over near side to Cooper Esposito. Cooper into the O-zone. Centering pass. And a save made by Asa Reed. A nice play between Esposito and Rose Paxton. But Asa Reed, he's been a good goalie for quite some time, and he continues to show that skill. Sam Miller taking a face-off. Puck comes back to the point, knocked forward by Will Frank, and this gets cleared out by Liam Lingenfelter. Back into the neutral zone for IHC. That pass misses Esposito. Puck gets dumped down. Cooper Solar picks that puck up for the Islanders. Back into the trapezoid. Sent up near side for Carter Finney. Finney gets this out into the neutral zone. Returned right back in by Will Frank. Puck played back over to Carter. Carter Finney passes this across. Man, he hit Grady Simenow, but Simenow couldn't keep that puck. Recovered. Centering passes just taken by Maverick Lloyd. It was almost a good pass right to Maverick. Lloyd approaches the blue line, dumps that puck in, goes into the corner. Tanner Bergenstock going after it, sends this through the trapezoid. On the far side, Liam Lingenfelter plays this up. And TI skates this out into the neutral zone, now into the offensive end. And Cooper Solar with a shot and a save made by Roaring Young. Face off to the left side of Young. Face off won by T.I. Reaching up, though, and getting that puck out of the zone was Maverick Lloyd. Noah Thompson passes it up to Maverick. Maverick, nice move to get that puck around Swenson. Swenson recovers, though. And good job of forechecking to get that puck. He dumps it into the trapezoid. Nobody there but Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin rips this around. Puck goes to Nate Juarez. He gives it back to Brady. Brady hits Maverick. Maverick Lloyd hits the center line, dumps that puck in, and his line's going to go off for a change. Hustling up Nate Juarez, sends this back into the trapezoid, and here comes T.I. with the puck. Ty Peters weaving his way through, and he sits down on the job, loses that puck. Coming back, Noah Thompson. Thompson fighting his way through over the blue line. Thompson at the hash mark, shot off of Asa Reed's shoulder and back behind the goal. Gets cleared up at the point, grab by Dominic Wisner. Fires this back in deep. Logan Brown now back in the corner for T.I. Tried to get it out. Shot fired. Will Frank went off the leg of Swenson. Returned back in by IHC. T.I. Lifts that puck in the air, but not far enough. Not exactly what he wanted to do. Dominic Wisner with the puck. Nobody beats the Wiz. Passes this puck over to Will Frank. Frank to Nethers. Nethers tried feeding it forward for himself. Couldn't catch up to it. Grady Siminow takes his puck. Passes it up for Cooper Solar. Solar loses his puck. Somebody's got to come back and get it. And coming in off the bench is Carter Finney. Flying in, knocked that forward. Coming back out, Aiden Trimper. Trimper has Siminow riding on his back. Passes this puck over to Hagelin. Hagelin gives this to Nethers. Nethers dumps this puck in. Corbin, excuse me. Connor, number 22. Sam Miller coming around, sends his puck back into the corner, waits. Oh, that was a pass to Sam. His stick wasn't on the ice. That would have been a beauty. Cooper Esposito dumps his puck in back behind the net. Sam leaves it at the trapezoid, reaches back and gets it, sends this up to the hash mark. Grabbed by Grady Siminow. He tries clearing it, held in by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin fires, and it goes off of Esposito and Finney. Carter Finney rips this puck all the way around and down, and that's going to be an icing. We'll bring the face-off back down by Asa Reed. Shout out to my sponsors. Two Broke Moms locate. I'm sorry, that was not an icing. You know what? Everybody moved like it, and I thought it was an icing. What game am I watching? Brady Van Brocklin with this puck. This gets passed up to Esposito. Cooper, top of the circle shot. Asa Reed with the save. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Powers Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81, right here in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Roofing CNY.com. Glory Construction and Development. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located in the clubhouse at Streamside. If you want to be Greenside, you've got to be Streamside, Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski, New York. Nate Juarez feeds this over to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd with the shot. Glove save, Asa Reed. And also would like to share that on Saturday, April 18th, there's going to be a benefit for Kevin Burns. Kevin recently had a stroke and is learning how to walk again as part of his rehabilitation. He is a hockey dad and a small business owner. And so in order to help him and his family out while he's not able to work, it really puts a pinch on things. We're holding a benefit on. There's a shot. It bounces up high, goes back behind the net. Out in front, another shot. Gets deflected away. Aiden Trimper dancing with that puck. And that goes up and hits the netting. So, yeah, we're raising money. There's the image right there for Kevin Burns. It's $20. You can buy tickets in advance or buy them at the door. $20 to get in gets you a raffle ticket for a door prize, as well as access to the event. And there'll be lots of things to uh, buy raffle tickets for, and just we're gonna come up with all sorts of ways to raise money to help out Kevin and his family. It's not on net. Save made up. That one leaks through. It's a goal. IHC goal scored by number 13, Cooper Esposito. Unassisted, number 13, unassisted. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 9:43 of the first period. And here comes Sam Miller. Oh, and they cross off sides. Rose Paxton just over that blue line before the puck. Got to drag that back leg and keep yourself on sides. Tanner Bergenstock in for the face-off for IHC. Face-off won by Grady Swenson of TI. Puck gets passed up into the neutral zone, turned over by Carter. That's not Carter. Carter's a defenseman. Ethan Curtis. Shot from the point. Save made. Asa Reed. Yeah, Connor, I'm sorry. I can't pick you up on Sunday, buddy. But if you can find a ride here, you can certainly help out with the JCC game. But I'm not going to be able to pick you up. IHC grabs this puck. Nate Juarez sends this back into the trapezoid. And we're going to get a high stick. It's going to be on Cooper Solar. That's because his hand was on his stick when he put that check on back in the trapezoid. And that stick was way up in the air. He's lucky he didn't make head contact. That'd earn him 5 minutes. And here we go. We've got the penalty up on the clock. Thousand Islands penalty, number 19, Cooper Solar. 2-minute minor for high sticking. Number 19, 2 minutes, high stick. Time of the minor penalty, 10:35. And it's a Cavalier power play. Loose puck on the side. Wisner brings it back, passes it to Nethers in the trapezoid. Nethers comes around, loses that puck. He either wanted to shoot it. I think he was indecisive between shooting it or passing it. This time, he passed it to the foot of Cooper. I'm not Cooper, of Dom. And that's why Dom lost it. And it came out of the zone. Here's a pass over to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd brings this over into the offensive end, dances around in the circle, passes it back to Brady Van Brocklin. He fires this into the corner. Nethers grabs it there, sends it up for Aiden Trimper. Trimper from the point, sends this in deep. Dominic Wisner cycles this around to the corner, sends this up to the center point position. Van Brocklin fires this in off of Asa Reed. It's loose. Asa tries reaching for it, and that gets cleared by Carter Finney. And that gets stalled by Roran Young. Gives that to Brady Van Brocklin, who feeds this to Aiden Trimper. Trimper coming around behind his own net, looking to set up the attack. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Trimper, shot, save made. Asa Reed, rebound, grabbed by Aiden McAloon. Aiden clears this all the way down. Roran Young plays it again, and again gives it to Brady Van Brocklin. Brady Van Brocklin passed it up. Those two ugly passes. Aiden Trimper coming in at center line, loses that puck, but it's picked up by Sam Miller. Miller over the blue line, shot fired, save, coming in. Cooper Esposito, nothing. There's another shot by Rose Paxton, goes wide. That's held in by the foot, Aaron Hagelin, and there's a shot on goal, save made, Rose Paxton. 15 shots on goal so far for IHC. 2 for TI. And here's the face-off. Sam Miller facing off against Grady Simonow. Simonow not able to keep control of that puck. There was a trip by Simonow. He scooped the legs right out from underneath Rose Paxton. It was on accident, but it's still a trip, and nobody seems to care but me. Esposito sends that behind. Miller back up to the point for Hagelin. Hagelin not able to hold that puck. It comes out of the zone. He passes it over to Will Frank. Frank dumps his puck in while IHC checks up on sides. Pass over to Solar. Solar loses this to Will Frank. Frank takes this into the corner, sends this around to the other corner. He gets snapped back into the trapezoid and ripped around. And that's held in this time by Hagelin. Good job. Rides the rail back behind through the trapezoid into the corner. Nice check by Tanner Bergenstock. Puck comes loose out into the neutral zone. Ripped in by Hagelin. IHC checks up on sides, comes in, and picking that puck up, Maverick Lloyd fires it. That gets deflected up into the rafters and finally rains down from the ceiling. .315 to go in the opening period. We're going to have a face-off to the right side of Asa Reed. Nethers taking the face-off against Grady Swenson. Nethers snaps this puck back, passed over to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin shot low, save made, Asa Reed. Puck grabbed in the corner by Swenson. Swenson tries clearing it out, held in by Aiden Trimper. Nice pass from Nethers to Wisner, and a great save by Asa Reed. Nethers wins the faceoff again, pulls the puck back, shot fired by Noah Thompson. Brady Van Brocklin near side, trying to play that puck up, gets knocked out into the neutral zone. Thompson grabs it, passes it to Trimper. Trimper at the blue line. He did not come out. This referee, you know what? I had a lot of, not him. It was the other one that I disagreed with grossly yesterday at the Ontario Bay game. But I thought Trimper held that on the blue line. Alas, here we are. Nethers again with the face-off. This time he loses it to Swenson. Going around him, though, is Wisner. Centering pass, and that gets blocked by Carter Finney. Set back up against the board. Swenson grabs it, skates this puck out into the neutral zone. Swenson 1-on-2, trying to get around. That puck is knocked free. Grabbed by Nethers. That comes out. And TI's just going to have to check up on sides. Aaron Hagelin picks that puck up, passes it over to Will Frank. Will Frank sends this all the way down. It touched somebody, so no icing. Finney, first one back to it, passes puck behind the net to Cooper Solar. Solar tried clearing it out, held in by Will Frank. There's a shot fired. Sam Miller off the backboard and comes all the way back. Will Frank hustling after it, picks this up, passes this over to Aaron Hagelin. Hagelin feeds this up for Rose Paxton, misses him. Or did it go off of him and into the bench? I lost sight of that puck. I have a lot of barriers here in the booth. Yeah, that got tipped and it went into the TI bench, and it looks like not Coach Chase, but Assistant Coach Gray, I think that is looking for it. They got nothing. Sam Miller taking a face-off for IHC. Face-off won by T.I. They dump that puck in, save made by Roaring Young. Puck fed out near side. Cooper Esposito feeds it right back to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin feeds this up to Rose Paxton. Paxton tries popping this into the middle for himself and loses it. And T.I. ices the puck. 1:33 to go in this period. 1-0. IHC with the lead. Out shooting TI 19-2. Nethers taking the face off against Grady Siminow. Nethers wins the draw, but the puck goes to Mikey Ortiz. Mikey feeds this to Cooper Solar. Solar tries feeding it back up to Mikey, and they lose it in transition. Trimper to Nethers to Wisner. Shot, blocker, save. Asa Reed, rebound caught by Noah Thompson. No, not able to hold it. Brady Van Brocklin scoots back to pick this puck up. Passes it over to Nethers. Nethers, hard hands of concrete there. But now he gets it back using soft hands, Nethers. No, loses this puck. And Lingenfelter sends this out through the neutral zone. 1 minute of play remaining in the first period. Less than 1 minute remaining. Noah Thompson into the offensive end. Tries feeding this into the middle. Puck got deflected by Cooper Solar up on the near side. Will Frank sends that all the way around. Sam Miller pulls this off the boards. Sends this up to Will Frank at the center point. Will, shot, looking for a tip, nothing. And that one slides by an open net. Puck grab by T.I. They send that off the glass into the neutral zone. Will Frank takes that puck and sends it back in. Here's Will again. And that's an offsides. Miller and Siminow. Miller pushes this puck forward, gets it around Siminow. Now it gets clear. Will Frank, and that'll do it. That'll end the first period. And that concludes our first period of play here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of your Cavaliers. This is the best time for you to go out and buy 50/50 raffle tickets. 50/50 raffle tickets. The more you buy, the more you can win. Last year, we almost had a $1,000 winner. We just didn't buy enough tickets. Buy more tickets and win and the 50/50 raffle. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Make it a great day. Buy more tickets. All right, so we're going to take a break here. First period, shots on goal. IHC with 20 and TI with 2. IHC leads 1-0, and we'll be back with fresh ice in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, hockey fans. You should have pockets filled with 50-50 raffle tickets. The drawing will occur at the end of this period, so make sure that you buy lots of 50-50 tickets. Ethan, keep track of your face-off wins for Obey. How about you go back and watch the game and keep track of your face-offs yourself? Are you kidding me? I have a hard enough time moving the camera and keeping track of where the puck is and who's touching it. Speaking of which, Ti has the puck in the corner, trying to feed it out. Nice forecheck there by Dominic Wisner. Boy, he's put on some good size in this past year. Brady Van Brocklin with that puck. The clapper from the top of the circle off of Asa Reed. Into the corner it goes. Carter Finney trying to clear it out. And it's passed over to Aiden Trimper. Trimper making moves. Shot wide right. That puck off the glass. Held in by Noah Thompson. Thompson fires this back in. Cooper Solar tried to get it out. Held in by Brady Van Brocklin. Fires this around. Stepping up. Noah Thompson. Thompson tried getting that either in the net or to Carter Nethers. He did neither. Puck comes out. Noah Thompson again. Look at how slick that ice is. Very slippery out there. Thompson feeds this to Trimper. Trimper cuts into the middle. And he still has the puck. Gets by four people. Centering pass. Touched in. And it's a goal. Rose Paxton buries one. IHC goal scored by number 3, Rose Paxton. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over your whistle for the trip. So that was an IHC goal scored by number 3. I think they're doing that on purpose. All right, so now it's 4-on-4 hockey. One more time. That was Will Frank. So from before, IHC goal scored by number 3, Rose Paxton, assisted by number 7, Aiden Tripper. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 1:15 of the second period. Then 6 seconds later, we have an IHC penalty, number 15, Sam Miller. 2-minute minor for tripping, number 15, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 1:21. Then Thousand Islands penalty, number 2. Number 91, Grady Siminow. 2-minute minor for interference. Number 91, 2 minutes interference. Time of the minor penalty, 1:26. And then IHC goal scored by number 18, Will Frank. Assisted by number 22, Carter Nethers. 18 from 22, Frank from Nethers. Time of the IHC's third goal of the game, 1:29 of the second period. A lot happened in those 11 seconds, or 14 seconds. Still 4-on-4 hockey, and will be for a minute 9, and then we'll have 5 seconds of a power play for IHC. Shot from the point, save made. That was a clapper from Dominic Wisner. Or no, Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin feeds this over to Noah Thompson. Thompson steps up. Shot goes off the skate of Ty Peters. Wisner feeds this out in front to Rose. Paxton Rose. Save made. Asa Reed. Yes, Paxton Rose, not Rose Paxton. I know that too, but you know, it was written down wrong on the piece of paper in front of me, so I just read it like a guy that reads. Here's Cooper Solar, dumps that puck in. He goes in after that puck. Nice forecheck by Cooper. Puck comes out for Mikey Ortiz. Couldn't get anything on it. Coming back the other way, Noah Thompson. Thompson, top of the circle, shot, save, Asa Reed. Paxton Rose at the corner gets this to Noah Thompson. Thompson tried passing it back to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin had to step up to make up for that puck. Gets cleared out by T.I. Brady Van Brocklin touches this puck back. Now it's grabbed by Dominic Wisner. Wisner feeds this out to Nate Juarez. Juarez in the middle shoots that through the legs of Grady Siminow. Well, unfortunately, through his legs was not in the direction of the goal. Hustling after that puck now is Cooper Solar. Sends this around behind the goal. In the corner, Noah Thompson just removed Grady Siminow from that play. Puck makes its way up to Juarez. Juarez tries passing this over for Lloyd. Maverick not able to catch it. Puck goes back behind the net. Tanner Bergenstock tried bringing it with him. He lost it, has to go back for it. Bergenstock in the corner tried to pass that up. Instead, ends up feeding it right to T.I. Pass comes across near side for Mikey Ortiz. He claps that in. Puck picked up deep by Aaron Hagelin. Hagelin takes this to the corner and loses it. Picked up, though, by Will Frank. Frank trying to get that puck out, gets it to Juarez. Juarez feeds this into the neutral zone. Tanner Bergenstock picks it up. Bergenstock forced wide by Carter Finney. Recovers, picks that puck up in the trapezoid, gets it over to Maverick Lloyd. Feeds this out to the point. Shot fired. Hagelin not able to complete. IHC bringing his puck in around. Maverick Lloyd picks it up in the corner. Is on the blue line, still inside. Good job by Maverick Lloyd, but ends up getting turned over as Liam Lingenfelter popped that puck out. Recovering, though, Nate Juarez at his own blue line. Good job back checking. Tried dumping that puck in. Ends up hitting the chest of Aiden McAloon. Aiden fired. I'm sorry, that's not Aiden. That is Grady Swenson. Nice move by Aiden Shrimper to get that puck around the player. Couldn't finish it off, though. Coming back with it, Grady Siminow making his way into the slot position now on the far side. Stops at the hash mark, drags this over in front. Shot! Save made. by Roaring Young. Aiden McAloon over there trying to keep the peace between some former teammates and some current teammates. So I'm not exactly sure why we're having to face off in the neutral zone instead of next to the IHC goal. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the question that Coach Chase is asking the officials. And they can tell them whatever they feel like because they've already made their decision. You're not going to change the ref's opinion. Nether's battling to get that puck, ties up the TI player long enough for Trimper to come in, get that puck, shot, glove save, Asa Reed. Nethers taking the face off against Grady Swenson. Brady Van Brocklin whiffs on that shot. Puck picked up by T.I. trying to get that out, cycling around Aiden Trimper in the slot shot. A goal! Aiden Trimper finds the back of the net. IHC goal scored by number 7, Aiden Trimper, unassisted. Number 7, unassisted. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 6:05 of the second period. Sent in around behind the net. IHC passes this puck out for Miller. Sam, shot on net, save made, Asa Reed. .10:22 to go in the second period. Sam Miller lined up for the faceoff. He'll be squaring off against Grady Siminow. Siminow wins the draw, but it goes right to Paxton Rose. Now this puck passed out for Will Frank. Frank sends this in behind the net. Sam Miller tried feeding this to Paxton, gets sent back to him. Miller sends this deeper into the corner. Ty Peters back there trying to play that through to Trapezoid. He absolutely runs through and into Cooper Esposito. They both go down. Will Frank pressed up against the boards by Grady Siminow. Puck comes loose, picked up by Cooper Esposito, feeds this over to Killian McClendon. Killian passes this back across to Will Frank. Will hits the blue line, dumps that puck in. He's going to go off for his change. T.I. Ty Peters sends this up out into the neutral zone. Grab their Alec Nitre. And that puck is iced by IHC. Face-off taken by Brody Morgan. Comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Killian McClendon picks that puck up, passes it across to Brady Van Brocklin, who tried to give it right back to Killian, but Killian had skated away. Solar takes this puck behind his net, loses it at the hash mark, comes back to grab it before Brady Morgan can take it away. That's popped away by Van Brocklin, fed over to Carter Duran, shot and a save. Duran not able to keep that puck from going in the corner. Coming over to pick it up at the hash mark, though, is Alec Nitre. Alec brings this puck over, trying to get it to the backhand, soft, and fed along. Carter Duran trying to get his first career high school goal, as is Alec Nitre. Puck comes out. Grady Swenson has to get around Brody Van Brocklin, and he can't. Brady Van Brocklin. Why did I say Brody? I missed Brody. Logan Brown sends that puck all the way downtown. Roaring Young feeds this over to Noah Thompson. Thompson tried passing that somewhere, but didn't. Coming back to pick it up, Maverick Lloyd gets this to Nate Juarez. Juarez loses that puck, and here comes Grady Swenson. Swenson trying to outpace Noah Thompson. Shot and a save, Roaring Young. And Roaring comes out attacking Duran. Or is that Duran or... Excuse me, no, I think that was Maverick Lloyd. But wow, Roaring Young coming out. He didn't like the way that was played at him. Grady Siminow facing off against Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock knocks that puck forward for Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd crosses the center line, dumps that puck in, goes after the chase into the corner. Grabbed by Nate Juarez. The Lloyd centering pass. Nobody able to get to it. Far side, Felix Castro grabs this puck, sends this in deep. Maverick Lloyd tried centering it. It's picked off by T.I. and coming out. He tried. Grady Siminow tried to come away with that puck, but lost it. Comes up to Maverick Lloyd, sends it across. It gets stolen momentarily by Siminow. Siminow trying to make something happen. Loses this puck again. Feeding it with the shot. Tanner Bergenstock, save Asa Reed. Puck goes to the corner. Sawyer Burton over there for T.I. Puck comes up at the hash mark. Nate Juarez feeds it back in. Another save by Asa Reed. Face off won by IHC, and it's a goal! I didn't get to see who scored that. I think it was Will Frank. Oh no, it was not. Oh my God, we're doing it again. I was just going to announce the goal. And we got a whistle, but it's just for an offsides. IHC goal scored by number 16, Dominic Wisner. Unassisted, number 16, unassisted. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 9:57 of the second period. Dumped in Wisner with it on the side of the net. Passes this up to the point. Brady fires this into the slot. It gets deflected away by an Islander. Carter Finney sends that around onto the far side. Ethan Curtis gets us out into the neutral zone, feeds it over to Grady Siminow. Siminow has Wisner on him, and Wisner buries him into the boards as he was holding him. And Roaring Young, he just wants a piece of somebody. He goes out and grabs Dom. Says nobody's going to beat on my whiz. And the official's having a long conversation with the clock operator, and he got a double minor. IHC penalty number 16, Dominic Wisner, a double minor, 2 minutes for holding, and 2 minutes for. I didn't see the ref. Oh, for roughing. For roughing. And good job by Roarin' Young to keep that from getting any worse. Time of that minor penalty, 10:39. So Brady Van Brocklin backhands this puck out of the zone, goes all the way down to the IHC end. Nate Juarez trying to keep the boys honest. Ty Peters flicks this over to Cooper Solar. Solar had a hard time picking that up off the boards. Cooper coming out with it. Paxton Rose tried attacking. Cooper Solar fell down and fell down over the blue line and made himself go off sides as that puck went backwards as he went forwards. Looks like Nate Juarez taking a face off against Grady Siminow. That puck gets grabbed by Van Brocklin. He sends this all the way down, hustling after it. Cooper Solar. Solar passes this puck up to Siminow. Siminow through the neutral zone over the blue line, getting attacked by Juarez. Great job back checking. Puck comes loose. Hagelin fires it all the way around. Juarez trying to step up to it. Can't get to that puck in time. There's a shot taken by Siminow. Save made. Roarin' Young. Loose puck comes up high. Ty Peters to center point. Passed it over the 1T by Solar. Goes way wide left. And this puck is grabbed by Juarez. And he just grips it and rips it all the way down the length of the ice. He sent it about as far as I can send my golf ball on a driver. 200 feet. I'm not very good. I can hit a driver further than 200 feet. And I'm willing to play around a golf with anyone that's listening. Just let me know. Hit me up. Cooper Solar moves his puck forward as he gets hit by Carter Nethers. Centering pass. Nethers, nice back check. Are you kidding me? They're going to call him for a slash. He checked him. So we have an IHC penalty, number 22, Carter Nethers, 2 minute minor for slashing. Number 22, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the minor penalty, 12:24, and it's a timeout for Thousand Islands. I'm not sure how that was slashing. No, Nethers' stick was down the whole time, I thought, and it was just an open ice check. But who am I? They don't give me a whistle. So this timeout is a great time to remind you about the benefit we're having on Saturday, April 18th. I will be the master of ceremonies throughout the day as we try to raise as much funds as we can for Kevin Burns and his family. You may know Kevin from Affordable Auto Glass. That is his business. I know he's changed the windshield on all of my vehicles multiple times. When you put 70,000 miles a year on a vehicle just for hockey, you see a lot of windshield time, and rocks kick up, and big chunks of salt picks up. No goals from Mr. Nethers, no, but he's credited with 1 assist, and he did get another one, but did not receive the accolades for it. Can't wait to see it tomorrow, Grut. Aiden Trimper with this puck, shorthanded. He's going to try to spend as much time as he can. They're winning 5-0. So goals is not the object as much as ending this game is for IHC. Although everybody wants to score a goal. Here's Cooper Solar. He wants to score a goal. Center point position. Soft feed over to Carter Finney. Back to Solar. The 1T clapper kick save. Roaring Young. Back into the corner, Cooper Solar digging that puck out, tries coming out in front. Another save by Roarin, and he covers that up with his blocker hand. We'll have a face off to the right side of Mr. Young. Noah Thompson taking a face off against Grady Siminow. Siminow wins that draw. Puck comes back to the point for Solar. Solar feeds this over to Finney. Finney shot. Save. Oh, it popped in. It popped in. Question is it scored by Finney or was it pushed over by Swenson? So that actually releases Nethers because he had the least amount of time left on his uh, penalty. That was an Islands goal scored by number 20, Grady Swenson, assisted by number 14, Carter Finney. 20 from 14, Swenson from Finney. Time of the Islanders' goal, 13-16 of the second period. Comes over to Solar. There's a shot saved, gets kicked up into the air, dropped down. I think they're saying it. I don't know if it was a hand pass or not by Grady Siminow, but we're going all the way down. So I know it looks like the scoreboard shows 2 penalties up there. The bottom one is not actually a penalty that should have been removed, but I just don't think our scoreboard operator is familiar enough with the scoreboard as to how to erase that without messing up the top one. Here's Grady Siminow off the faceoff. Ti still on the power play. It's just a 1-player power play. Carter Finney catches that puck and leaves it for uh, Solar. Solar feeds this into Finney. To Siminow. Shot and a save made. Rebound comes all the way back. Picked up in the offensive end by Cooper Esposito. Esposito centering pass. And Paxton Rose not able to close the deal on that one. Grady Siminow passes this back behind the net. 2.5 minutes to go in this period. Ty Peters backhands this into the neutral zone for Grady. Grady gives it back to Ty. Ty over the blue line. Then the teams return to even strength. On the far side, Swenson just watched Brady Van Brocklin take that puck away. That's poked forward by Cooper Esposito. Dominic Wisner with it. Wiz cycles around into the corner. Let's Paxton Rose have that puck. Now it comes out in the middle, goes off the skate of Nate Juarez as he was trying to reach it with his stick. Wisner dumps that puck in on the far corner. Nate Juarez with it, puts this up to the point. From the point, shot fired by and save made Asa Reed. 1:42 to go in the second period. 5-1 IHC with the lead. IHC wins that face-off. Shot fired. And it comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Corralled by Noah Thompson. Thompson feeds this over to Aaron Hagelin. Hagelin gives this to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd turns and passes this up for Bergenstock. Tanner has to come back and feeds this over to Noah Thompson. Thompson back over to Bergenstock. Bergenstock tried hitting Juarez. Juarez missed that puck. And T.I. sends this into the IHC zone, knocked into the corner by Hagelin. Great job back checking. Now sliding back behind the net, Noah Thompson to grab that puck. Passes it up to Maverick Lloyd, who sends this along and chasing it down. Bergenstock not going to be able to get to it before Carter Finney sends us over to the side. Finney's an outstanding defenseman. That's why he's captain of the Thousand Island Islanders. Nate Juarez battling, trying to get something going. Actually advances that puck. Noah Thompson's shot. Asa Reed save. Jumps down. The official thought he covered it, even though he didn't. But the whistle blown. Less than 1 minute remaining in the period. 40 seconds remaining. Sam Miller comes in for the faceoff against Grady Swenson. Miller wins the draw, comes around, takes that shot, goes wide left. Picking it up behind the net, Paxton Rose. Paxton up on the near side. Paxton feeds this in deep into the corner. Wisner, shot high. It goes off the blocker. I believe that caught the blocker of Asa Reed. Cooper Esposito back to Brady Van Brockland. Back over to Esposito. Esposito in the corner. Puck knocked away. It's into trapezoid. Goes through the legs of Paxton Rose all the way out. And Will Frank not able to hold that in. Comes out into the neutral zone. Bounces around. Will Frank picks it up in his zone. 2 seconds to go. And that'll do it. At the end of 2 periods of play, why don't we tell everybody? At the end of 2 periods of play here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, it's IHC 5, Thousand Islands 1. This is your last call for 50-50 raffle tickets. Make sure you hustle out there and give all of your money to the 50-50 raffle people, and you just might win half of it back. All right, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with fresh ice. All right. Sorry, just to announce the winning lotto, not lotto, the raffle, 50-50 raffle winner. Not sure who won it, but somebody did. And another reminder about the benefit for Kevin Burns on Saturday, April 18th at the VFW on Taft Road in North Syracuse. And here we go. Carter Nethers wins that faceoff, pulls that puck back to Brady Van Brocklen. Second period, shots on goal. IHC with 16 shots in the second period, and Thousand Island Islanders with 10 shots on goal in the second period. Here's Brady Van Brocklin's shot off the tip of the glove of Asa Reed. That one drops down in front. Ty Peters takes it safely back behind the net and into the corner. Here comes Ty shoveling that puck up ahead a little too far, and Aiden Trimper with a soft touch knocks that back, and it comes back out into the neutral zone. Brady Van Brocklen in control of it now. Passes this across to Will Frank. Will not able to reach it. Must need a longer stick. Puck comes up high. Aiden Trimper sends this around. Ethan Curtis got in his way. Puck comes back. Carter Finney sends this D-to-D pass over to Ty Peters. Right there on top of that puck, though, Paxton Rose sends it into the corner. Ty beats him to that puck, sends it around near side. Will Frank picks it up and absorbs a check from Grady Swenson. Ty Peters grabs that, sends it back, and Will Frank rips this around to the far side. Paxton Rose sends this in deep to Sam Miller. Miller centering pass, and Cooper Esposito not able to put that one in the back of the net. Ty Peters with the puck now, able to have a moment. Tries lifting it out, but again, he didn't lift it far enough. Ooh, Esposito shot. Asa Reed save. 15:25 remaining in this game. 5-1 IHC with the lead. Asa Reed with 31 saves in this game. Asa Reed's a 10th grader. We got a couple more years of seeing him play in net for the Islanders. This puck comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Tried to play it back out by Hagelin, not able to. Kept in, now spinning around with that puck. Grady Siminow, he loses possession, comes into the neutral zone. Little soft touch to Juarez from Maverick Lloyd. Juarez forced into the corner. Tried to catch that puck and stop with it, but he stopped. Puck kept going. Picked up by Bergenstock. Tried centering that puck, taken away by the Islanders. Grady Siminow, he sends this all the way down. Mikey Ortiz going after it, grabs that puck, and so it doesn't ice. Puts it in the middle of the ice there, but it gets returned. Brady Van Brocklen back behind the net, sends it back into the trapezoid. Cooper Riss goes to the corner to receive that puck. Riss trying to make some space for himself. Goes back into the trapezoid, passes this up to Juarez. Nate Juarez pulls this behind Lingenfelter. Nate Juarez coming into the slot. Shot! Kicks in! It goes in. Asa Reed with the initial save, but not able to stay on it as he continued to slide. His foot ended up finishing the job and kicked it in the goal for Nate Juarez. Oh, and there's a clapper from 0 feet, scored by Brody Morgan. IHC goal scored by number 4, his first of the season, Nathaniel Juarez. Assisted by number 19, Maverick Lloyd. 4 from 19, Juarez from Lloyd. Time of the IHC goal, 2:39. And IHC Cavaliers first goal of his high school career, number 36, Brody Morgan. Assisted by number 33, Alec Nitre, his first career high school assist. 36 from 33. Morgan from Nitrate, time of the IHC goal, 2:57 of the third period. IHC penalty number 7, Aiden Trimper, 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 7, 2 minutes, elbow. Time of the IHC minor penalty, 3:42 of the third period. Taking that puck back, Cooper Solar takes this around back behind his net, coming up on the near side. He's got Wisner on him. Wisner wraps that stick around, gets a piece of that puck, but Solar able to maintain possession, takes it all the way down into the trapezoid. Little shove on Will Frank as he sends that puck back to Ty Peters in the corner. Nice save there, and Wisner clears that all the way down the length of the ice. Nethers going in to play it. Oh, and Simenow tosses Nethers into the goal. Hope Carter's okay. That's not interference? I would have thought that would have been interference. He certainly interfered with Carter's ability to make a play on that puck. Either that or give IHC a goal. They got Nethers in there. Puck in deep. Cooper Solar picks this up, goes to the corner, trying to set something up. He's got Bergenstock keeping him mostly honest. Eli Lachaume comes over. Puck gets passed up off the boards to Ty Peters. Peters can't penetrate over the blue line. Ty passes it back for Solar, but misses him and goes all the way down. Hustling after him is Paxton Rose. Solar shakes off Rose, comes in through the neutral zone into the O-zone. Shot, save made. Nice shot by Solar, goes off of Roaring Young and into the netting. We'll have face off in the IHC zone with just under 12 minutes to go in this game. Face off, Tanner Bergenstock pushes that through the legs of Grady Simenow. Fired in by Solar, goes off the corner, picked up on the near side by Mikey Ortiz. Ortiz sends this over to the far side for Finney. Finney back to Ortiz in the center slot position. Ortiz moves this forward, and it's grabbed by Bergenstock, and he clears the zone. Nice reach by Tanner. Using the extra long stick when on the penalty kill. Here comes Grady Simenow. I think, no, it is Solar, Cooper Solar. Well, they like giving that defenseman that puck. Solar at the hash mark sends this back into the corner. Centering pass never makes it to Aiden McAloon. Instead, out of the box, here's Aiden Trimper with this puck going in. Passes over, and Miller not able to finish. There's a shot that goes high into the corner. Miller's centering pass is blocked by Carter Finney. Finney sends this over to the far side into the neutral zone, collected by Hagelin. Aaron receives that pass back, hard time catching it. Simonow's got to come back in the neutral zone as McAloon had gone into the offensive zone trying to play that puck. He had to wait for him to come out before he could penetrate in. As a result, loses possession of the puck. Here's Brady Van Broecklyn with it. Brady Van Broecklyn over the center line. He tosses that puck in, goes off for a change. Puck picked up by Logan Brown. Tries backhanding it for Solar. Solar with it now. Snaps this puck forward. Misses everybody. Misses Simonow. That goes wide of the net for an icing, and we'll bring the face-off all the way back down by Asa Reed. Actually, that's not Asa Reed. That's Kyle Natali. Kyle Natali is a senior. Moved into the neutral zone by Aiden McAloon, caught by Noah Thompson. Thompson to Bergenstock, shot goes wide. Juarez sends that into the corner, chasing it down Logan Brown. He absorbs a check from Bergenstock. Puck picked up Ty Peters. Peters sends this around for Brown. Brown doesn't get it. It's received by McAloon. He touches this out to Brown, who passes this up to Lingenfelter. Lingenfelter not able to catch it, but able to get that puck in the trapezoid. And there's a shot short side by McAloon, misses wide left. Puck Juarez feeds this to Bergenstock. Bergenstock loses this to Swenson. Swenson turns and dumps this puck all the way in. Picked up by Noah Thompson in the trapezoid. He skates this up on the near side as he shakes off a hold from Lingenfelter. Felix Castro. Short pass to Juarez. Juarez feeds this up to Lloyd. Lloyd touches it at the center line and sends this in deep and goes off for his change. Exactly what he's supposed to do there. Nice check by Brody Morgan. A referee guarding his face. He almost ate a stick. That puck held in at the point by Will Frank. Fires it in. Goes to the left side. Alec Nitre picks it up. Top of the circle for Alec. Short pass back to Will Frank. Shot fired. Goes off the leg of Logan Brown. It's dumped in by Brown off the boards. Will Frank picks it up in the trapezoid, and he gets checked in the corner. And this is a delayed penalty against TI, and there it is. Thousand Island penalty. Number 18, Ethan Curtis. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 18, 2 minutes, rough. Time of the minor penalty, 8:42. And Grady Simonow with the shorty. Now for the face-off is Sam Miller for IHC. Thousand Island short-handed goal scored by number 91 Grady Simonow, unassisted. Number 91 unassisted. Time of the Thousand Island Islanders short-handed goal 9:03 of the third period. Nethers back to play that puck, takes it into the trapezoid, skates it up on the far side, pass behind Esposito. Recovered by Sam Miller. Miller snaps this across from Nethers. Nethers penetrates into the offensive end. Attacked by Siminow. Still has the puck. Gives it to Noah Thompson. Thompson draws it over. Takes that shot. And that gets blocked. Comes over to the side. Noah picks it up at the top of the faceoff circle. Noah back over into the middle. Tries feeding this through to Miller. Miller can't get to it. Picked up by Carter Finney. Trying to clear it out. And picking that puck up is Cooper Solar. And he dumps it all the way down. They're shorthanded, so there's no icing on that play. Noah Thompson feeds this up to Esposito. Esposito can't catch it. Mikey Ortiz takes it away. Passes that puck forward. Tried hitting Lingenfelter. But that puck's taken away by Noah Thompson. Thompson's got a crowd in front of him. Thompson goes into the corner. Now through the trapezoid. Shot save made by Natali. And this puck is gripped and ripped by Mikey Ortiz all the way down the length of the ice. 7 seconds remaining in the power play for IHC, so no icing. Loose puck recovered. Nethers feeds this over to Lloyd. Maverick fires this to Juarez. Juarez back over to Lloyd. Tries touching this forward for himself. It gets picked off, though, by Sawyer Barton. All right, see now Lloyd again, same play, and Barton touched it again. This time he gives it to Ty Peters. Peters, long pass forward, and this is stolen by Killian McClendon. Now it's center ice. Lingenfelter takes it back. Lingenfelter in the O-zone, shot save. Puck goes in deep, picked up by McClendon. Killian looking around. Comes up on the boards near side, passes this into the middle for Bergenstock. Bergenstock touches this forward. Solar snaps it back to Mikey Ortiz. Ortiz sends this in on net. Save made. Roaring Young, and he's going to cover that puck up for the faceoff. 5:29 to go in this game. IHC leads 7-2. Grady Siminow in for the faceoff against Carter Nethers. Nethers wins another faceoff. Puck grab by Esposito, fired up. Here goes Aiden Tripper off to the races. Aiden, shot, save. Kyle Natali with a big glove out in front. Nethers shot, another save. As Nethers gets hit, and he gets up in a little shove of his own. But what a great save by Kyle Natali. Nethers stays in for the faceoff. Pulls this puck back for Will Frank. Frank feeds this forward. Goes off of Nethers' stick into the corner. Nethers sends this into the trapezoid. Grady Siminow there picks this up. He's got Dominic Wisner on him. Wiz gets this puck away. Feeds this to Carter. Carter going to come around, try to hit Trimper? No, not able to. Wisner's taken out in the crease, so Nethers has got to do something with the puck, and he turns it over to Carter Finney. Finney tries getting it out, but doesn't. Goes to Aiden McAloon. McAloon gets that puck out. Goes right to Will Frank. Frank sends this in to the TI zone, and now here's Aiden McAloon, who sends it back out. Carter Duran. Drop pass. Nobody behind him except an Islander, and that's Grady Siminow. Brings this back the other way. Siminow gets absolutely collapsed upon by Will Frank and Cooper Wrist. Puck passed up to Aiden Trimper. Trimper over the center line. Trimper over the blue line. Trimper in at the hash mark. Centering pass goes behind Brody Morgan. Picked up on the boards by by Durand. Fast across Cooper Wrist going back. Nice back check on Swenson as he plays that puck up along the boards to get it to Carter Durand. Durand can't keep it. Gets sent in deep by Sawyer Barton. Sawyer falls down. Coming away with that puck, Brody Morgan. Morgan in the trapezoid. Passes this puck up for Cooper Esposito. Esposito sends this all the way across, knocked down out of the air by Duran. Into the corner it goes. Hutchinson picks that up for TI. Sends this around the boards, held in by Sam Miller. Fires this to the slot, taken away by Ty Peters. Peters sends this out, or tried to, held in at the point by Brady Van Brocklin. There's a shot and a goal! Miller with the goal. That was a beauty of a shot by Sam. IHC goal scored by number 15, Sam Miller. Unassisted. Number 15, unassisted. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 13:44. And there's another goal for IHC. IHC goal scored by number 3, Paxton Rose. Unassisted. Number 3, unassisted. Time of the Cavaliers goal, 14:04 of the third period. Puck knocked away by Noah Thompson. Thompson into the offensive end, loses that puck right behind him, though. Paxton Rose shot fired. Save made by Kyle Natali. Another shot by Miller. Save made. Cooper Esposito in the corner, loses that puck, and reaching back for it, though, is Esposito. Feeds this over to Noah Thompson. Thompson sends that in, gets deflected, goes off the back glass, picked up by Paxton Rose. He tried centering that puck. It's grabbed by Ty Peters. He tries getting it out. Noah Thompson able to hold that in. He loses that puck. Miller pushes it forward, and it's grabbed by T.I., and they're able to bring this puck up and out. Mikey Ortiz with it right there. Brings this puck forward himself. Didn't want to pass it to anybody. Off the boards for himself. Instead, it goes to Tanner Bergenstock. Bergenstock flicks this over to Nate Juarez. Juarez over the blue line. Feeds this back to Bergenstock. He can't catch up to it to get the shot off. And T.I. tries clearing that puck up, and out it goes. Grady Swenson sends this to the IHC zone. Collected by Brady Van Brocklin in front of his own net. He comes up, soft pass in the neutral zone to Nate Juarez. Juarez into the O zone. Tried converting to the backhand. Ty Peters there to take that puck away. T.I. not able, or they do get it out. Dumped back in by Brady Van Brocklin. Everybody's got to check up on sides, though. And while they do, T.I.'s able to get that puck out. Brady Van Brocklin going out for that puck. 1 minute of play remaining in the third period. Final minute of play. Glendon gets that out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Sawyer Barton. He dumps it back in. There's a pass to Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd coming up over the blue line. Tries moving into the middle. Ty Peters takes that puck away, rips it around to the far side. Caught by Nate Juarez. Juarez passes this behind Bergenstock. Bergenstock plays it off the boards. Back to McClendon. Killian sends this into the slot. Picked up by Ty Peters. Peters skates this up and able to get this out into the neutral zone. Ripped back in by McClendon. Stopped, though, by Logan Brown. Never makes it to the goalie. 10 seconds to go. Final 10 seconds. Back to pick this puck up, Killian McClendon in his trapezoid. 5 seconds, feeds this over to Brady Van Brocklin. Now grabbed by Aiden McAloon, and that'll do it. And concludes another exciting game of ice hockey here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the IHC Cavaliers. The Cavaliers win this one by a score of 9-2 over the Thousand Island Islanders. We'd like to thank all parents, coaches, players, siblings, volunteers for helping us put this game together this evening. We appreciate the drive you guys made down from TI and appreciate all of the sportsmanship shown by the players, coaches, and fans. Thank you to our two officials for keeping our players safe and following the rules of the game. Make sure you check the calendar for IHC's next home game. And make sure you come by here on Sunday, as this Sunday at 3 p.m., Jefferson Community College will be facing off against Paul Smith's College. Want to say happy birthday to Christy Trimper one more time. And again, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, thanking you for coming out here and reminding you to drive safely. And don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling all of your friends about the channel. I look forward to the next time. I will be broadcasting Sunday's game against JCC. I will also be up in Potsdam on Friday and Saturday as Ontario Bay is playing up there. There's some kind of tournament going on. I might do the IHC games as well. IHC is playing on Friday at 5 p.m. in Potsdam. And then after that is Ontario Bay. And then, I don't know, there's some games on Saturday too. I don't remember those times. So anyway, from YouTube land here in Watertown, New York, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day.